Okay everybody, I'm back trying to diagnose this 97 Geo Metro, and picked up this leak down tester, and I've never used one of these before, but it seems pretty simple. You make sure the piston is, each cylinder you test is top dead center with the valves closed. Then you pressurize the cylinder, and this little gauge tells you how much pressure you're losing. You're going to want to go around and check the exhaust and the intake to see if you hear leaking. You can also diagnose a head gasket or rings if you're hearing it through the oil fill tube. So let's try this out, see if we can figure this out. I've got the number one cylinder at top dead center with the valves closed. The way I figured that out is I put the compression tester on there and I spun it until I felt the compression. Then I took my little camera and looked and verified top dead center. Thread that in, the spark plug hole. Okay, I've got it threaded into the spark plug hole, number one. Flip on the leak down tester. Hook up the air. And now we're going to open the radiator and the oil cap. And we're going to put some pressure in there. Just with this number one is saying low. So it makes a huge difference how much pressure you put in there. But anything over 70 psi, the gauge climbs to low, like less than 20%. So let's try number two. And I only heard it, I didn't hear it leaking out of the exhaust or the intake. It only leaked in the oil, so that's gonna be through the valves, or I mean the rings. Now I gotta get number two on the compression stroke. You can definitely tell when the valves are closed, because you won't be able to push it up very easily. I take my little camera and double check top dead center. Okay, we're at top dead center. Now, go ahead and thread in the spark plug. Okay, let's go ahead and give it some pressure. Okay, this one's definitely leaking out of the exhaust valves. There's a lot of, it's high. A lot of pressure going out the tailpipe. Haven't had anything bubbling out the radiator, so head gasket is not an issue yet. We're going to the third cylinder. Find the compression. that one I can verify both valves are up. Here we go. Give it some pressure. This is moderate leak. It's also leaking on the valves. And I can verify that the valves are closed. This one was a moderate leak. Number 3 was a high. And number 1 was a low. So that's about what I expected. So I most definitely need at least a valve job. And the leak down test tested pretty good on cylinder 1. Okay, so after that I feel a little bit better. Number 1 piston is within acceptable pressure on the compression. And we got leaking exhaust valves on number 2 and number 3. So I feel comfortable just doing a valve job because I didn't hear any pressure loss through the oil fill on number 2 and 3. There was a little bit on number 1, but I think that's just because that's all there could leak through, and I was putting about 100 psi in there, and it just started to leak after that. I think I'll take the head off and get a valve job done, have them magnaflux it or whatever they do, pressure test it, and all the things that go along with checking out a head. And then obviously I'll have to get a head gasket, and I just put a new timing belt on, so that was pretty easy. It's not going to be a very big job to take the head off, I can tell you that. These little cars are easy to work on, and that's kind of why I like it. If you ever have to replace something, it's just easy. You can get to everything easily. The engine compartment's not compact with weird electronic gizmos. So taking off the head in this car and doing a valve job is not going to be a very big issue. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully I'll get back to some more mobile home videos after this. I just was preoccupied with a few things. Like and subscribe. See you on the next one.